Shout out to MD Thomas for sending me this story, and it is coming out of Alabama. So in this picture, you see two people. On the left, you see a man by the name of John Williams, and he was the Lowndes county. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct or not, but he was the county sheriff in that particular county. And on the left, on the right, you see a man by the name of William Chase Johnson. And William Chase Johnson killed John Williams. Now I'm just going to go ahead and read the story from here because it's actually a very interesting story, like how all of this stuff kind of comes full circle. So it says an Alabama sheriff was shot and killed Saturday night, and law enforcement apprehended the suspect after a nearly 4-hour search. Lowndes County Sheriff John Williams' death was confirmed by a fellow sheriff, Derek Cunningham of Montgomery County. Williams was fatally shot when he approached a truck because the music was loud, and he was asking an occupant of the pickup to turn it down. About 8:15 p.m. Saturday, Williams was shot at a convenience store. Law enforcement apprehended the suspect, William Chase Johnson, when he walked up to the shooting scene at about 12:05 a.m. Sunday, with a firearm in his hand, and was taken into custody. Look at that, with a firearm in his hand. And after he just killed a sheriff, yes, we know the sheriff was black, and we know the suspect is palm colored. Johnson has been charged with murder. According to jail records, no bond has been set. He doesn't need one. Williams approached the truck Johnson was driving and asked him why his music was so loud. That's when Johnson allegedly shot Williams once in the head. Charles Benson said he witnessed it all. Right there at Pump 8, Benson said, standing in front of the store with a styrofoam container of breakfast he had just brought from the food counter inside. Big John comes up and asks the young man about the loud music, just like he has done hundreds of times before. Big John don't take no foolishness. That's when he got shot. I don't understand it. The sheriff has gone over loud music. It just doesn't seem right. You know, when I hear something like this reminds me of down in Florida a few years ago after Trayvon Martin. When that boy got killed by that piece of shit palm colored Michael Dunn down there over loud music, he deputized himself, but it was in reverse. He went in there and he shot up that vehicle those kids was in, and unfortunately one of them was fatal. And the Alabama law enforcement agency is handling this investigation. Johnson was not taken to Lowndes County Jail. Instead, he was held in Elmore County. I'm saddened to hear about Sheriff Big John Williams, who was tragically killed this evening in the line of duty. Through his service to our country in the United States Marine Corps and his many years working in law enforcement, he dedicated his life to keeping other people safe, Governor Kay Ivey said in a release Saturday night. He will be remembered as a consummate professional and pillar of his community. I offer my prayers and deepest sympathies to his family and to the men and women of the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. Williams is a beloved member of the Lowndes County community and is well known in the law enforcement of the state. This is a sad time for Lowndes County and the state of Alabama, said Sergeant Steve Jarrett, commander of the Montgomery, Alabama State Troopers Post. He held a news conference on the scene about 11:20 p.m. Saturday. Big John was a wonderful man. If you ever met him, you would never forget him. We ask for your prayers for his family and the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. Jared declined to offer many specifics on what happened, citing the ongoing nature of the investigation. Before Johnson was taken into custody, Jared urged residents not to approach Johnson if he was spotted. And then it just goes on and it kind of gives like a little bio and everything like that. But the article conveniently left out some very important information for the murderer in this situation. One thing they left out is the fact that Chase Johnson is the son of a police officer. His dad is in law enforcement. Now, I don't know if they were in the same precinct or in the same department, but his dad is a cop. The other part they left out, and I found this out by looking at the comments, is that this Chase Johnson also, back in August, was arrested on a charge of being in possession of brass knuckles and being a minor in possession of alcohol, but they later dismissed those charges. This is the part where I keep talking about how the court system is messed up. They keep letting these criminals off. They start off as minor crimes, but then when you let them go, that's giving them carte blanche to go ahead and commit a bigger crime. This person had minor crimes on his record. He got dismissed of the charges, which means it was probably wiped off his record. And then now he killed this man because all he asked him to do was to turn down his music. That was it. And he shot him right in the head. Yet when it's us, we don't even be doing an ounce of that, and we get handled a whole different way. How many times have you seen where a black person has been approached by a palm-colored officer, or anyone non-black, I should say, and just pulled out their gun and shot the cop in the head and drove off? You don't see that or hear about that often. But this guy did it. And like I said, if they would have dealt with him and kept his little ass in jail from those other charges, he probably would not be, this cop probably would have still been alive. Now, I don't know. He probably wouldn't have been in jail that long. He probably wouldn't even gone to jail. He probably would have got some probation. This is probably why he skated off those charges before, because his dad is a cop. Well, let's see what happens now. Because that's definitely, that's at least second degree murder. Because it's not like he planned to do it. It just happened, but he did it anyway. Or manslaughter, something. I don't think that if they gonna go for something, I wouldn't say go murder in the first degree, because that would probably be hard to prove. Second degree or manslaughter, at least play it safe. That way you can get some years behind his ass, hopefully. But you never know with how this establishment works. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.